Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you another video. All right, so let's continue the playoff thoughts series here. We're going to be talking about Game 5 of the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. This series now shifts back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the champs are looking to close the lowly Bulls out. And I say lowly because that is exactly how they have played. They've been anemic scoring the ball, and their defense has lacked any well, let's just say they don't have any defense to show for themselves. In the previous game, they let their nemesis, Grayson Allen, once again shoot them down. I think he went for 27 points in the previous game, mostly behind the arc. The game before that, he did the same thing. I don't think there's been a team that's mailed it in more so than this Chicago Bulls team has over the last two games. And now they have been hit with health and safety protocol. Zach LaVine is questionable, listed as questionable for this game. So I don't know if that means he submitted a negative test. I don't really know how that's going at this point, but that is what has been said. Alex Caruso, of course, he's been banged up. He had a facial injury of some sort in Game 3, I believe it was, and is questionable for this one. So we'll see if he's out there, but the Chicago Bulls team just showed a lack of heart, a lack of intensity, a lack of preparation, a lack of just overall wisdom as it pertains to their plan. They overplayed Giannis to no end in that previous game, and they left shooters wide open because of it. And they didn't make any adjustments whatsoever, and it was very difficult to watch. We've gotten nothing out of key players on this team, like Kobe White, just disappeared. You want to see more out of DeMar DeRozan, who's been wildly inconsistent. And you got to give a lot of credit to the Bucks for shutting these guys down. And the fact that Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso have not been pretty much a part of this thing at all in Lonzo's case. You just don't have that continuity on both sides of the floor that helps guard the perimeter properly. They've sat Ayo Dosunmu, someone I think could probably help with that because he's, they have other people they want to play at those positions. And I think it's been to the detriment of their defense. So we'll see what they have tonight. Obviously, you're looking at the Bucks at home. You just expect that they're going to close it out, even though Middleton is not going to be available for this one. They do have Bobby Portis, who's been playing great. They do have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's unstoppable. And they do have Jrue Holiday, who's been playing well as of late. And you couple that with what they're getting out of Grayson Allen. Pat Connaughton's been chipping in. Brook Lopez has been big. So the Bucks are just pushing along. Middleton or no Middleton, they have made the adjustments that have confused the hell out of the Chicago Bulls. And they don't know where they are, it seems. And it seems like they don't want to be wherever they feel they are anymore. So I'd imagine they're going to be going home tonight. I've been wrong about these type of things in the past. Sometimes teams just come out with a certain level of intensity that maybe they didn't have. Maybe the fact that they looked like they mailed in these last two games might have set something off in them, and maybe they'll turn it around. Who knows? We've seen that before. But when you consider who the Bucks are, you just don't expect them to slip. It doesn't matter what the Bulls bring to the table. Even if they play a tough game, you'd imagine that the champs should close them out, especially the fact that this is at home. I have seen some issues in terms of on paper with the matchups here for the Bucks without Middleton, but they've seemed to remedied all of my concerns. I said they needed to find something out of someone, try to make up those points. They've done that. I said they needed to find a way to run their offense in a way that doesn't make them stagnant. Clearly, they've done that, and most importantly, they had to continue playing defense, and that's not an issue as well. So you can just see the versatility of this team. You see that even though they're built top heavy, they have quality talent in the back of their bench, like a Grayson Allen, who can come in and play at a consistent level shooting the ball. So the Bucks are ready to go. They're going to be moving on. The Bulls are ready to go. They're going to be going home. And that's what I expect to see tonight. Zach LaVine or no Zach LaVine, that team has not played well on the defensive end at all. And they haven't shot the ball well at all. So when you consider what needs to be done, you just understand that that's pretty much the end of the story right there. Now, you have seen a nice bounce back from Patrick Williams. I like that he's getting some quality minutes in these playoffs. He's had some really, really high highs, like in the previous game where he was pretty hot, going crazy, and he's had some extreme lows. Well, he had an 0 in the game before that. Fact of the matter is, this is his first real taste of NBA basketball. He's been hurt pretty much his entire career, and for what it's worth, I think this is going to propel him into being a really good regular season player next year. I feel the same way about DeAndre Hunter of the Atlanta Hawks as well. Even though he's not a part of the series, you could see the same type of thing where they're ending their season getting big opportunities to show that they're ready for next season. And I think when you consider what most improved players who could possibly get those awards, things of that nature, I think about guys like that who are getting experience right now, next year possibly coming in with bigger roles and carrying that forward. So yeah, I think that's a big deal. So, skating back to what it is that I expect to see overall, I think the Chicago Bulls have mailed it in, you guys. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I expect to see a good game tonight. The Bucks have a killer instinct that should take them out. The Bulls, if they were going to fight for themselves in this series, they would have done so yesterday in the previous game. They've shown no heart. Grayson Allen has come in and just basically annihilated them. That's what I see. I mean, granted, Giannis is doing the Giannis thing, and like I said, you're getting big stuff out of a lot of people. Bobby Porter's crashing the glass has been massive. There's been a lot of good things that the Bucks have done, but ultimately, the Chicago Bulls just didn't care. If I'm being completely honest with you, when somebody hurts your teammate like Grayson Allen did, and he comes into your house in a playoff situation, and you let him not only blow you out, his team blow you out, but you allow him to be the hero in both games the same exact way, having made no adjustments, and it's like you left him open. It's almost like an exaggerated submission. It's like, not only do I not respect Alex Caruso and what happened there, but I want to make sure that the guy who did that to him is the person that shoots us down repeatedly. It's just the humiliation of it all that I perceived, that I just didn't respect at all. And I think it starts with the coaching staff and their plan, the choices that they made to leave shooters open. I think that was a bad psychological button to press for what it is that team had gone through, and I think it showed a sense of lack of understanding for what the pulse of the team and the pulse of what it is that should be taking place in order to overcome this team, in order to propel yourself to have that motivation to overachieve against a team like the champs. You need to be pressing buttons that lend itself to that narrative. You need to be firing the team up to let them understand that we will not be run over by a team that disrespected us and left our player hurt for a month. Like, I just felt like he didn't use that, and I say him as in coach and the team itself, didn't use that to propel them. They didn't use that as a sense of pride, and they didn't respect the colors that they wore in such a way to acknowledge that took place. And for that team to be a team that's over the water or right down the street, for them to be in such close proximity, I just felt like it was a lack of competitive respect for the game, and a lack of competitive respect for the city. I think Chicago deserved better. Fight from their team. You know what I mean? I think about Derrick Rose, think about Michael Jordan, think about Jerry Sloan, think about Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. I just felt like this year's Chicago team started this season as one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference for a long time. Showed a lot of heart, was knocking people off. DeMar DeRozan had an MVP caliber season. He had the resurgence of different things going on for the Bulls. They felt good about themselves, and to have them at the end of the season have 2 home court blowouts and to get shot down by that particular person, and to let that be the reason your season ends, I thought it was the ultimate disgrace. The ultimate disgrace. And I'm glad I'm not a fan because of it. So that's been my take on the Chicago Bulls, the most disappointing team of these playoffs for me personally. This hasn't been the most disappointing series, but what they showed me after what they've been all season, no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't have an opinion about what they should do because I do think a lot of things change when you insert Caruso and Ball together, and I think that was the reason they were so successful all year long, is because they had those two constantly hounding people on both sides of the floor at all times. When you remove that, it takes some continuity, and it takes the defense away, and it ultimately throws the team into a situation where they don't fit. So I understand why they looked as bad as they did. But that ain't make for any excuses. Because at the end of the day, they do have players that could have did those things for them without Lonzo Ball and without Caruso playing at full strength. And I just didn't see it. I don't think Coach tried enough. I think he should have tried to go with Tony Bradley a little more, get a little bigger, go with Ayo a little more. It's just little things, that were left on the table. As always, when I say this, there are always players and things that you could do to make yourself better, and these coaches just don't do it for whatever reason. So I think this is yet another one of those situations. But either way, they probably would have lost this series. But I think they could have put up a much better fight. So that's what I think, man. Chicago Bulls should be going home tonight. Maybe if they win this game, they could change some things. Maybe if they have a huge win, maybe put some momentum back on themselves, and then we can start looking at the matchups without Middleton. You know what I mean? See that as a thing. But as long as they're leaving shooters open, Grayson Allen's confidence is sky high. Giannis is going to Giannis it. And, Drew Holiday's going to be defending people. So that's it. Home court for them. You're going home. That's what I expect to see. BDF 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.